This is Alex.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What up, homie?
How you doing? Good.
Yeah.
Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. I'm Rex. Hey.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Great seeing you.
Hey, good to see you, man. Got the team.
He'll cover it. You know, I own a mortgage company, yourself an agent, and then Jason, obviously, you know Jason.
I got your water. We got the opener. I'll start the show, Jeremy.
We talk a lot about real estate because real estate is the industry of Maricopa County. And our guests are, let's start with Danny. Give us your last name, introduce yourself.
Danny Jaramillo, the CEO of Right Away Lending.
Alex.
Alexander Prewitt, owner of Living Arizona Real Estate Group.
Excellent. And
Jason Predovich, First Integrity Title.
now let's start, first of all, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing in the industry. Let's talk real estate a little bit.
We are seeing finally some stabilization between sales activities. We're finally at the point where buyers have gotten off the fence, activity is picking up, and this is, as of today, about 3 weeks ago, we can see a big increase in activity. So what that means is, if you're a seller, it's going to start to get a little bit easier to sell your home. If you're a buyer, it's going to start to get a little bit more competitive. So
if you've been a buyer sitting on the fence, you better get off the fence first.
yeah, no, actually, thank you for bringing that up. Definitely, you should get off the fence, right? Because you've had time. You've had time to go out, do your due diligence, figure out your budget, get with the lender. Now's the time to act, because with everything going on with Trump's recent announcements, we know rate cuts are coming. This is kind of like your last final hurrah before it gets really stressful to buy a house. Absolutely.
And then the lender, tell us what you do when you start educating about financing.
I start just like, you know, what he was saying, you know, you want to ask a few of those open-ended questions to kind of get a feel for what the borrower, you know, maybe their background is. Because debt to income, I would say, is one of the biggest challenges in today's market.
And explain that.
Debt to income is basically where you're taking that gross monthly income versus the housing expenses and their overall debt, credit cards, vehicles, student loans, which, you know, that's one of the biggest deals. You know, you have people with $100,000, $200,000 in student loans, that could be another $500 to $1,000 a month that gets added, you know, to that ratio.
Tell us a little bit about the research you guys do.
So basically, when the contract comes to us, we just do our due diligence to protect each party. So we want to make sure there's no issues with that property for the buyer or the seller.
Liens, surprise
judgments,
things out there.
Liens pop up. Mechanical liens are big right now.
Yeah, that may not even have shown up on the credit report.
Correct. And a lot of times they don't.
Yeah.
So I always, even for like my clients that have a listing coming up, before they even go and meet with their client to get that listing under contract, we pull a prelim just to make sure they're safe before they even talk to them.
A prelim is preliminary. We got to educate the listener, because this is an education. Explain what that is.
Basically, it's like a smaller version of a complete title report. So we just want to pull it really quick to see if there's any judgments, any IRS
red flags,
any red flags up front that we know that we need to address to the client up front when we first meet them.
And not just the seller, but the buyer. A lot of people don't know that. You actually have to make sure that there's no outstanding judgments against the buyer, otherwise it'll cloud the title.
For sure.
This is KKNT 960, the Patriot, and this is called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Parry. Please stay tuned. We're going to be right back. Whoa, we did it, guys. That was great. Did you guys like that? I thought that was one of our very,
really well.
and it was quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Who's our next one?
Ray's going to come in and talk about smart home technology.
Can you ask Ray to come?
Sweet.
All right, great.
Quick breakdown. How'd it go?
Went great. A lot of good information for buyers. Check us out on Saturday nights at 7 p.m., 9:60 a.m. It's going to be some good stuff.
Nice.
Now we're going to talk about security systems, because this is kind of an interesting issue. Tell us what you're seeing, especially in this real estate transaction. You go out there. Tell us what you're seeing out there.
Sure. So what we developed is a smart home assessment program for sellers and for buyers, just to be able to go into properties and define the state of what's going on in the home, as far as, is it smart or is it dumb, right? Right. And because all systems aren't created equal, and all users aren't created equal, right? So what we do is we offer a home assessment program where we come in at different price points, different scopes, to assess, right, evaluate where the home is at, and bring everything to the forefront so that it can be disclosed, right, during that transaction. If there's any needs, right, of the system to be updated, taken care of, or whatever. The other thing that we've been working with Jason and his team on is like, hey, you know, what can we do if both parties decide that we want this as is? How do we remove that liability from the broker's side, either side of the transaction? So we're developing a waiver program, right, for the smart home assessments.
We did it, guys. Awesome. That went really smooth.
Good working problem,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. Way to go.
Yeah.
All right, I apologize. We got to keep moving.
And you want the buyers to get pre-qualified before you go out there. Tell us what you do. How do you help buyers get started?
Absolutely. That's one of the first things that we tell our buyers is we want to see that we can turn your dream into a reality. And the only way that we can do that is by answering those questions that Danny can answer for you. Just verifying what you're pre-qualified for. We don't want to go look at properties that are way out of your budget because then you're looking at something that you can never close on. We just want to really focus on helping people instead of selling people.
Guys,
Make that easy.
Steve,
you so much.
Thank you. I've been doing it a long time, guys.
Wow. Warmed it up for you.
I want to give a big high five to Steve because he's really embraced our smart home assessment program where he's separated himself versus other brokers and realtors, right? Is that he is diving in fearlessly to understanding what that home that he's listing not only structurally can do, but from a smart home standpoint can do. So when the potential buyer asks their agent, like, hey, I see all this stuff, does it actually work? What's going on? Because they're pretty savvy, like you said, Rex. They're pretty savvy guys, right? He can actually talk about it and say, hey, I had a smart home assessment done. Here's exactly what it can and can't do. Or, hey, here's our entry-level package, just saying, just an overall evaluation of what the home could do.
You guys were fantastic. In fact, let's swing around and see 960 the Patriot.
Yeah.
Did you? We just did a fantastic show, and Danny brought the team together, so it was really awesome. Please tune in. You'll get good information.
Awesome. And where can they find you?
123bz.com is my website. 123bz.com.
It's like, bro, you don't have to introduce yourself. We know who you are.
Danny wanted me to know. Yeah, right away lending.
The CEO. Why are you guys walking behind him? Now you look like you're...
He sent me a text earlier that said, look, on the entourage field.
Hey, bro, we have to roll through every time. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Just wrapped up our session. We had two very, very high-end agents, some of the biggest agents in the state. We had my buddy and new partner for smart assessments. Just the importance of people to get these things checked out, make sure all their technology is up to date, and what's new in the market. Interest rates are up, so it's a good day. So now we're gonna all that talking. We're gonna go get some lunch and talk a little bit more about our next move.